Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Aligned Soul Quantum Queen TV. And today we are going to talk about the frequency of shame and fame and all the things. Um, right now, as you know, that we're in the middle of, or we just started Shame to Fame, which is my new program. And yesterday was the first day. It was next level. I have some people just saying, wow, that transmission was amazing. They learned so much about themselves. And so today we're going to go deeper on like what is shame, why it's such a low frequency. But what I wanted to talk to you about today was to really start to think about what you want as far as most of you who are following me are entrepreneurs. You are online entrepreneurs, which means that your platform is a place where you get to be seen. And when you can start to push yourself out of your comfort zone and you can start to say, you know what? I am going to push myself and I am going to stretch what I'm capable of. You start to open the doors to the type of fame, the type of notoriety, the type of audience that you can receive. It's super, super, super important that you start to be aware of what am I allowing myself to receive? Because receiving mode, I always love to call it receiving mode. That is what is your heart open for you to receive? And when we think about the fame frequency versus the shame frequency, oh my goodness, I have so much to talk about today in our shame to fame too. But when we talk about the shame frequency versus the fame frequency, there's a way that we pattern our bodies. There's a way that we show up. There's a way that we divert our eyes, our attention. And it all started like when we think of the nobility age, we think of peasants, we think of, there was a hierarchy. And it really was so that you could take away the sovereignty of each person, right? So you can forget who the fuck you are, right? You can forget the power that you have. And I want you to think like, who am I when I walk in a room, right? Do you walk in a room with your head held high, chest out, walking around, smiling at folks, right? Or do you walk in and you run to the other side of the room because you don't want anyone to see you or anyone to notice you? I know that when I was younger, like I was so popular and I was like loving to help people out. And I was like really into my power. You know, there was a time, it was in first grade, I'll never forget. I was, the smartest one in first grade. So I probably was gifted and probably should have been in different classes. But I finished my work and then I would go around the whole class and I would talk and I would like try to help everybody with their stuff. I was like, do you need help with this? And do you need help with this? Because I needed somebody to play with. So I needed people to be finished. And why were they taking so long? Why aren't they like finished by now? Tell me if you've ever felt that before. And so I went around the room and guess what? I was shamed for that. You are a bad girl. Stop doing all this talking, right? It's the pointing the finger and it makes you like start to like go within. And so I was punished for it. So not only was I punished in the moment of what happened there, I also was not given the awards that I should have gotten. So I was the smartest girl in class. There was this other girl, Danielle, who was also smart, but I had way better grades than her. And so in order to punish me for being so like running around talking to everybody, trying to help them, get them to finish their work faster, you know what happened? It became awards season. I'll never forget. Awards season, we all get, called out for the good things that you're doing and all of the things. Well, what happened to me? I didn't get one single award, not one. And she said that that was to punish me because I should be sitting down and being quiet. I finished my work, sit down, be quiet. And so I went home and cried and cried and cried. And I thought I wasn't good enough. Like I got punished every day. She would walk me home because she lived on the street, never live on the same street as your teachers. I got walked home. I got punished every day because I would never learn how to act or be a good worker or be a good person or be a good whatever in my life as an adult because I was talking too much and because I was trying to help everyone else. Yeah. And so I got spanked. I didn't get the award. I cried. And I found out from this that being myself wasn't acceptable and that talking and being like fun and all of those things wasn't acceptable. And because I heard that that wasn't acceptable and shame on me for that, I went into a shell. I really lost that part of me for years until I cleared it years ago. But now, instead of running around the class and instead of like helping other students and instead of doing the things that I was so gifted at doing, I would just sit in the corner with my head down because I wanted awards. Like I wanted to be acknowledged. I wanted to do very good. I wanted people to say that I was a good girl. I was doing what I'm supposed to do. But if helping others and like walking around the class and if talking and doing those things were bad, then I wasn't going to do it. So have you ever had those scenarios where you were admonished for being who you are? If you are, I want you to remember that there is a frequency where you get to come back to that. When you look at the David Hawkins chart, the lowest frequency of anything, the lowest frequency in the world is shame. And it is the way that we use to subjugate people, right? You're born guilty, right? You're born a sinner. You're born bad. That's what we tell people. You're born bad. We shame women, their husbands cheat or they do something, it's on them, it's their fault, right? You need to be shameful. How dare you? He humiliated you. Really? I think he humiliated himself because he just lost an amazing woman. Just saying. But when you want to bring an energy of a crowd down, 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 the frequency that you use is shame and guilt. Those are the two. Because that frequency is so heavy and it brings you down a downward spiral. When you are shameful, you second guess yourself. When you are shameful, you start to doubt yourself. When you are filled with shame, you start to think, wow, like I'm wrong. Everything about me is wrong, right? And this is the frequency that we get to shift. This is what the focus is going to be today in Shame to Fame. If you're not a part of Shame to Fame, you've got to join. If you're a part of the B Collective, if you're a part of the B Collective, you can still get into Shame to Fame and you can get in at $222 instead of $444. You'll have a special code. So if you want to get in, let me know. We'll get you the special code. Just message me before the class is starting at 12 because it's just awful. Let's see. Lauren says, what an awful thing to ingrain into kids. I've always loved the outgoing kids because they help me be not so shy. He said, I was opposite once taken to my counselor's office because I was so quiet and they had the nerve to ask if I was abused. Oh my gosh. It definitely made me feel like I was different in a bad way because I wasn't so outgoing. You know what? It's like you've got to allow, like, in order to bring you out of your shell, it's not to say, are you abused? It's to say, you know what do we need to do to make you feel more comfortable? And let you know that being quiet and being, in the like quiet is okay. It's so interesting. And that's when I think about like those of you who have kids and you're raising them and just allowing them to be themselves is so important, right? Whatever is coming out for them, if they want to be quiet and they want to be in the corner, then let them be quiet, let them be in the corner, but also let them know that it's safe. It's safe to come out. It's safe to be loved. It's safe to be, supported. Oh my goodness. When I was thinking about what we were going to talk about today, and Lauren, you can drop the link to Shame to Fame. For those of you who are not a part of the B Collective, if you click that link, you get in at the crazy amazing price of $444. You'll immediately get access to the transmission from yesterday. It was next level. It was so good. Everybody was like, oh my God, right? I got a couple of messages of somebody and she's like, this was exactly what I needed. And those are some of the things, like a lot of the things that I do, I try to keep them tight so that you can listen to them over and over and over again. We also have the Telegram group. So if you get into the Telegram group, you'll get a lot of the transmissions. I'm dropping some transmissions today after our call. And we're also challenging you to be more visible than ever before. And so to do the things that you're normally scared of doing, you're going to do them. The things that you've been hiding from doing, you're going to do them and you're going to stand out. And I'm really excited about that too. So that is what's happening within the aligned soul world. What I wanted to also talk about, which is so important, when we decide that we are going to be entrepreneurs and you decide that you're going to be the face of something, which most of you are, that decision comes with acceptance that there are going to be things, hurdles, things that you're going to like step out of, like step in front of. I always say, call out the pink elephant in the room. And so, one of the things that is so important is no one can use anything against you. And I talked about this in the call yesterday. No one can use anything against you that you've already shined a light on. If there is anything that you fear getting out, anything that you're like, oh my God, I don't want anyone to find this out, it is up to you to tell the story now. It is up to you to tell the story. Because anytime you are afraid of something coming out, anytime you're afraid of somebody shining the light on something that you're doing, that is a effort of hiding, right? Covering yourself, trying to protect yourself. So I use the example of my bankruptcy, right? If I was trying to hide, like, oh, yeah, I'm so amazing. My credit is 800 or something like that. People can easily find that out. And it's going to be a piece of me hiding, even though I don't know that I'm using that to hide. I am, right? But in the bigger I get, when people Google you or they pull things and they find things about you, they're going to be like, aha, you filed for bankruptcy in 2020. I think it was 2019 or 2020. If somebody tried to do that to me, they wouldn't be able to use that over my head. Why? Because I already said it. I already told the whole world. I had another client. She used to do some shady things in her business. And well, it was before she started her business. It was when she was a teenager. And I said, you need to tell the world because right now you are afraid of people finding out this stuff about you. And if you are going to have this online brand, if you are going to be a face of it, if you are going to be really allow yourself to be seen by hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people, I was like, you've got to tell the world and just be real. And she's like, I know, I'm so scared. Guess what? She did it. She told people, she told them her mistakes, she told them the lessons that she learned. Some people were like, oh, you're not perfect. And they left, of course, not her ideal people, but more people came after that because they were like, thank you so much. I've done some things I was ashamed of too. I've done some things that I was like, oh my God, and you being yourself, you showing up, you doing this showed me that I'm okay. Let me know, like, have you ever in your life done some things that you may not be so proud of, that you're afraid if the world finds out, no one will like you? If you have, tell the world because not only will people love you for being honest, you will take that off your shoulders and not hide because you're trying to hide something that probably many millions of the people of the world have done. One of the things I said in the Claim Your Fame masterclass is that you can't cancel truth. You can't cancel truth. No one can cancel truth. And so if you are telling your truth and there are going to be people that align with that, You just continue to tell that truth, and more people are going to come. They're going to come. And you may lose some people that don't agree, and that's fine because you're not for everybody. You're not meant for everybody, but there are thousands and millions and hundreds of thousands of people that you are for. Yeah, let's see. Lauren says, yes, people do not expect others to have a past. It's wild. Exactly. Or is we assume that people don't expect us to have a past, and then that like causes you to hide, like that causes you to cower, and that is causing you to be in that shame position. You remember when I said your shoulders, you're closing your heart, your head down, eyes averted? That is not the way. That is not the way, right? You need to have your shoulders back, head held high. This is what I've done. I've done it. I'm going to own it. I'm going to acknowledge it. And I'm going to keep walking forward. A lot of you are all, we're focused on the mid-year up level, right? We decided that this next 6 months gets to be the best 6 months of your freaking life. I'm going to tell you the next 6 months will not be the best 6 months of your freaking life if you're hiding. If there are aspects of your life that you're like, I hope no one finds this out. I don't want anybody to know. No, that is you hiding. Just tell the world. People will find like they're like, let's say, oh, I remember with Amanda Francis, like people were trying to take her down. And she had, I forget why, but she had a mug shot, but it was like, I don't know, she was in jail for like an hour or something. I don't know if it was for speeding or whatever. Who knows? It was not very important. And it wasn't, so everybody wanted to take her down. So then they decided to broadcast her mugshot and put it everywhere and do it in Reddit and do all the things. And she was like, it's not a big deal. I'll tell the whole story, right? But guess how much power less it would have been even if she would have told that story and always like told that story and laughed about it and been like, everybody knows I got a mugshot. You know, it really is true. Okay, let's see. Lauren says, something so simple as showing my dark circles on camera made showing up for skincare videos so much easier. Yes, that's you. And it's going to make people be like, oh my God, she's got dark circles. I have dark circles. What does she use to cover those circles? Because I saw another video, there were no circles. What the heck? Being yourself is so important. Remember, I told you, I said, show those dark circles, and then you'll get all of the all of the people will want to work with you because they'll be like, I want her to use my dark circle eye cream, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, reminds me of Chloe. Yes, yes, yes. I remember that when she was there, had hers exactly, had her mugshot framed. It, you've got to own it. And this is some of the ways, like, for example, we're going to talk about Kim Kardashian and the sex tape. And when the sex tape gets out, and in the beginning, right, it's kind of shocking. It's like, oh my God, right? Because that's, we always use sex to subjugate women. Sexuality, they're not supposed to have it. Like there's so many ways that we use these things to stop women from fully being humans. And it's like, nope, I'm going to make a shit ton of money off of this thing. You want to do it? Okay, let's sell it. You're not going to use this and try to make me a less of a human. And then now she has kids and people are like, she should be ashamed of herself. She's got children. Guess what? I had sex to have those children. So why should I be ashamed? And it's like, why? No one's talking about Ray J. Nobody's saying he needs to be ashamed. He's got kids too. Why should he? Where's Ray J? Should he be ashamed? He's got kids. No one's talking about that because he's not a woman. And so the easiest ways to make women fight against each other and like become competitive with each other or try to bring each other down is the shame frequency, and that's why we're eradicating it in the Align Soul system. Like we are eradicating shame. We have no time for shame, no time for guilt. No, we get to decide that that is not a frequency where we are living. That is not a frequency where we are living. Let's see. Same people who judge are the ones who watch that stuff go through. I don't get exactly, yes, because a lot of people will judge, but they've had the same experiences in their own life. And so it's one of those things that because we are ashamed of our own thing, right? They feel shame, you should feel it too. And that's one of the things that people try to force upon each other. So So the fame frequency that we are like implementing, tapping into during shame to fame is really holding your head up high and loving yourself regardless of your past, regardless of whatever you've done, and allowing yourself to walk with your head held high, chest up, tits up, like, yeah, I'm a woman. I have lived a life and I have things to say. I have a mission. I have a vision and I can't play small. I'm not going to sit here and cower. I'm not going to sit in fame and shame or fear about who I am because I know that I've been placed on this earth to make a freaking difference. How many of you know you've been placed on this earth to make a difference? And every time you sit in shame or you sit in fear or you sit in like, I'm not so sure, or you close your heart, anytime you close your heart, you're not open to receive. But when you open your heart and you say, I'm willing to receive the good and the bad, when you say I'm open to the good and the bad, because you know what, there are going to be people that don't like me, but there are going to be many, many more people that do. And anytime I'm trying to resist the people that don't like me, I'm also resisting the people that do. And so if you're patterning fame into your body, if you're patterning confidence into your body, if you're patterning, I get to be seen into your body, that is head held high, chin up, chest open. You know what I mean? Shoulders back. I'm here, world. Here I am. Hear me roar. Let's go. Okay. All right. So I love this topic. This is such an amazing topic. And it is going to be what is going to help you really stand up and be the most powerful, potent leader that you've always been meant to be. And so if you are interested and still joining the Shame to Fame while we are going, we have so many more lessons, classes, a part of this program. Message me if you're a part of the Be Collective, and we will get you the special Be Collective link because you get to be in at 50% off. And those of you that are not a part of the Be Collective, you still get an amazing price of $444 to join Shame to Fame. And I can't wait to see you there. All right. Remember, you are amazing. And anything that you are trying to hide from the public, anything where you are trying to do something or be in an energy that's not 100% you, that holds you back from really receiving the people who are ready for you and who want to be a part of your life and your world. So I'm going to go and I cannot wait. I will see you in Shame to Fame, or I will see you next week. Bye.